morning, we're going to go over Aerial 498 pumping and discharges and intakes and drains. So we'll start at the front bumper. We have a 100-foot, 1.75" pre-connect front bumper line. We have a 2.5-inch discharge. We have the 4-inch intake, front intake. Under the captain's door, there's a drain for the intake line. And then also right behind the captain's crew cab door, there's another front intake drain right here. We have the two 200-foot, 1.75" pre-connects. We have officer side intake right here, 4-inch. And we have the 2.5-inch intake, what we pretty much use for filling in the station. Then there's different drains like the front bumper drain, the lower cross lay drain, the upper cross lay, the officer side intake drain, the 2.5-inch intake drain, and then the right LDH. And here's the right LDH, 4-inch, or else you can gate it down to 2.5-inch. And then we have the foam power fill system right here. And we'll keep working our way around. This truck has 1,000 feet of 4-inch, 600-foot, 2.5-inch dead lay. We have the rear intake right here, 4-inch. Also in the back by the ladders, we have the 150-foot bundles, apartment bundles, one with the Y. You always grab the Y first. Then we have the aerial inlet, LDH outlet. We have 200-foot, 2.5-inch pre-connect on the back. We'll come back to this pump panel. We'll go on the truck and go over putting the truck in gear, pump shift. So neutral brake, fire pump drive. So you're gonna shift it in neutral, you're gonna pull the brake, you're gonna shift the fire pump, and then you're gonna go back to the shifter and hit drive. Once you get that, you'll get the 2 green lights. Then you can come out. You'll chalk your wheels if you have time. And then you move to the pump panel. Once you get to the pump panel, we'll just go over all the gauges first. So this is your water gauge, your foam gauge. This is your generator display gauge. Here's your front bumper discharge. Here's your upper crosslay discharge. Here's your lower crosslay discharge. Here's your rear 2.5-inch pre-connect, and here's your right LDH. This right here is all for the aerial. Then we'll move down to here. This is your tank to pump. Your Foam Pro system. This is your electronic governor. Here's your front intake with the front intake primer. Here's your officer side intake with your primer. Here's your rear intake with the rear primer. And then here's your tank to fill. One thing to remember about this tank to fill, you only have to open it a little bit. If you open it too far, if we step back here, you can see on top of the truck, right here is your foam tank fill, and then here's your water tank fill. So if you open that tank fill too far, you're going to get water to come and get you all wet. And then here's your 2.5-inch pre-connect drain, and then here's your aerial drain. So once you get done up in the front, neutral, brake, fire pump, drive, you're going to come here, open your tank to pump. Then you can turn on the foam if you need foam, if there's red stuff. Then open your discharge, and then you can come to the electronic governor. You can turn it manually, or else you can just hit the preset. And then once they hook up a water supply, then you can open whichever water supply you have. And then you can top off your tank if you need. And that will be the end of our drill.